All right, let's talk about The Naked Gun. The Naked Gun returns, now starring Frank Drebin Jr., the top cop of the police squad. Caught in a wild conspiracy and on the run from the law, he tackles it all with classic slapstick comedy. Classic slapstick comedy. Classic it is. Classic it is. The good. As a writing rule of thumb, when it comes to comedy, from what I've understood, you need to have a laugh per page, even though that sounds excessive. Naked Gun is the personification of this fake comedy writing rule. It honestly has so much to offer when it comes to comedy, and the ability to display the chops from Liam Neeson and every one of the cast members almost perfectly, and to the point in which the comedy itself not only is in the foreground, but it's in the background. Also, Akiva somehow captured the tongue-in-cheek, literal dialogue comedy that is prevalent in comedies like Mel Brooks films, previous Naked Guns, and Austin Powers. Baby! It uses those as kind of the North Star, the thing that they're shooting for. I think that they landed among the stars. They may have missed the moon, but they landed among the... that's the line. That's the... whatever the fuck.
Big side note.
This is not everyone's cup of tea. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that this movie really needs to be enjoyed with a great audience. If not, it will fall flat and just come off as cheesy.
Last thing to mention
Was just how good Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson were. Neeson's sense of dry delivery and his physical humor is a surprise since we're so used to his other movies.
I will find you, and I will kill you.
Yeah, those ones. And Pamela Anderson perfectly owns the silliness. Even when she's performing the best jazz number I've ever heard. Jazz sucks. I hate jazz. I'm not a big fan of jazz.
You suck, you jackass.
The pairing couldn't be any more perfect, considering the fact that maybe we haven't seen Pamela Anderson in such a long time, and Liam Neeson kind of is starting to become known for something else. Having to be in something that shows off what they could do comedically, and how they're able to choreograph the momentum that the movie goes down, it hits differently. The bad. The Naked Gun relies too heavily on, I know this is a parody movie, by constantly reminding us that they're reaching for the gold standard set by Leslie's films. This is a hard undertaking. I mean, considering how amazing Leslie was for all of the films he's ever done and kind of just his embodiment, it's like he owns kind of this style of comedy. And I think in that sense, The Naked Gun really tries to grasp it, get toward it, but ultimately somewhat feels like they're about to jump the shark. Lastly, with their comedic moments, in a lot of instances, you'll miss the sub-jokes, since they're snuck in while cackling over the first initial punch. Did that make any sense? What I'm saying is that in some of the cases when you're editing or when you're trying to build upon what is funny, maybe even on set, there's a funny thing, then there's that sub-funny thing, where it's like a line after a line that the second line will, maybe like adds on top of the laughter of what the first line already did, but you miss it a lot. They do a lot of that, where it's funny, and then it's like it doesn't give you that kind of that space to laugh until something else is funny. It's almost like this like cake of funny that you can't eat. That made sense. That overall, I'm gonna say this is a must-see. I feel it, but asterisks for a very specific audience. For the ones who love the literal silly comedy, the Three Stooges humor, or maybe the movies that would come out from SNL like during the 90s. If that doesn't resonate with you, I very much think you'll hate it. Also, what's wrong with you? But it's also a movie you're just gonna have to accept in order to actually enjoy it. If you're kind of already against it, it's not your cup of tea. It just won't be. And, I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry that you had to experience this whole thing, I guess. But not sorry, because it's actually a very fun, hilarious, stupid movie. And it knows it, and it tells you constantly over and over and over and over again. Kind of annoying, but, kind of cute. I don't know. Go see it.
The new version.
That's the sound of the police.
What did you think? Do you like the Naked Gun movies? Do you like Leslie Nielsen's humor? I mean, his fart jokes alone on Conan are amazing. But second, an underrated one that might actually be an overrated one is when he played Mr. Magoo. You guys remember that one? It wasn't like my first introduction to Leslie Nielsen, but the fact that there's like these specific moments in time when you kind of have like this nostalgic feel and you can't really pinpoint it. It's like the first time when you watch Ace Ventura. I can't remember. I know the feeling that I have when I'm actually watching it or when I'm seeing a clip over again. That's the kind of same thing when I see Leslie Nielsen. I just think of Mr. Magoo, which is, I guess, kind of unfortunate. Sorry, Leslie.